Hey everyone, I'm Kai, and today we're going to explore a question that has haunted humanity for thousands of years. Can we predict our destiny? You know what's funny? Whenever I bring up this topic, people typically react in one of three ways. The first person raises their eyebrow skeptically. No way that's possible. The second person immediately jumps in with curiosity. Hey, can you read my fortune? And the third person, they stay quiet, but I know what they are thinking. If only I could know what's coming. You know, the desire to peek into the future seems to be hardwired into our human DNA. From CEO strategy meeting to weekend coffee chats, from Wall Street to the ancient streets of Beijing. How many decisions are made based on that one burning question? What's going to happen next? The origin of our predictive obsession. You know what's fascinating? Every great civilization in history had their own method of prediction. And here's the kicker. Many of the methods still influence us today. In ancient Greece, the Oracle of Delphi wasn't just a location. It was basically the consulting firm of the ancient world. Leaders, wealthy merchants, and even Alexander the Great himself would climb that towering mountain just to hear a single prophecy. Think of it as the ancient version of Google. Everyone wanted to search for their future. Meanwhile, in ancient Egypt, the pharaoh built an entire complex system to predict the Nile's flood levels, literally a matter of life and death for the kingdom. They had professional Nile prophets. Imagine that. It's like having a weather forecasting system 5,000 years ago. But the East, they took it to a whole other level. Eastern Royal Court maintained an elite team of astronomers studying celestial patterns, master Feng Shui experts consulting on everything from palace construction to naming children, I Ching specialists analyzing every major national decision. Ever heard of Zhuge Liang, Kong Ming? He wasn't just a brilliant strategist. He was a master of I Ching and the 8 trigrams. Legend has it, he could predict wind patterns to execute his famous Red Cliff Fire attack, a battle that changed Chinese history forever. Here's what's really interesting. Regardless of the era, humans have always tried to predict the future for 3 fundamental needs. Security needs, minimizing risk in decision-making, preparing for change, gaining a sense of control over life. Growth needs, identifying optimal opportunities, maximizing resources, achieving goals more efficiently. Meaning needs, understanding our place in the universe, finding life purpose, connecting with nature's greater laws. 2 worldviews on destiny. Here's a fun story. If you visit a Western astrologer to ask about your destiny, they'll take you outside, point to the star and say, "Look, Jupiter is entering Aries. It's the perfect time for a career change." It's like watching a cosmic movie unfold, but visit an Eastern master and you'll get a completely different experience. They'll invite you to sit down, pour you a fragrant cup of tea, and calmly say, "Let's discuss 3 things: heaven's timing, earth resources, and human harmony." That's the holistic approach the East has always taken pride in. The West sees destiny as this grand cosmic theater. They had 12 zodiac signs, like 12 main character types in a play. The planets, they're the lead actors, each star playing a different role in your life story. Pretty cool, right? They've even developed numerology, where each number is like a cosmic code. But the East, now that's where things get really interesting. The ancient Eastern view of destiny is incredibly nuanced. Imagine the universe as a giant computer program. Heaven, earth, and humanity are like three core components of an operating system. Heaven is like the universe's system software. It runs on fixed laws, just like Windows or Mac OS run your computer. We can't change these laws, but we can learn to work with them effectively. Earth is like the hardware. It's your environment, climate, geography, like choosing between a laptop or desktop. Each environment has its own features and advantages. And here's the fascinating part: human. We are like users in this universal system. While we can change the universe's source code, we can learn to program our lives. The East also developed this fascinating concept called the 5 elements. Here's a fun way to think about it. Imagine them as the perfect startup company. Metal is like a sharp CEO. Wood is the creative director full of new ideas. Water is the adaptable CFO. Fire is the passionate marketing director. And earth is the reliable HR director. But what really excites me about Eastern philosophy are the seemingly simple but incredibly profound sayings. Take, those who follow nature's way will prosper. At first glance, many think this is about surrendering to fate, but that's not it at all. Have you ever watched surfers? They can't control the waves, but they can choose how to ride them. The best surfers aren't fighting the waves, they're reading them to ride them. That's exactly what following nature's way means. Then there's this super interesting concept: virtue can overcome destiny. I often joke with my students that this is like a cheat code in the universal game. The more karma point you earn through good deeds, the more good things flow into your life. And you know what's the biggest difference between Eastern and Western views? The West focuses on reading and decoding destiny, while the East emphasizes understanding and adjusting it. Here's a great example. Think of your destiny as a river. The Western approach tries to predict where the river will flow. The Eastern approach, they learn how to build dams, dig canals, and guide the flow, all while respecting water's natural laws. Prediction, methods, science or art. My friends, when discussing destiny prediction, I often get asked an intriguing question: is this science or just superstition? My answer always surprises people. It's an art based on scientific foundations. Let's explore how both Eastern and Western cultures approach this. The West has some unique methods. Their astrology is like a detailed cosmic map. You know what's fascinating? Even NASA acknowledges that ancient astrologers made incredibly accurate astronomical observations. They could calculate planetary position thousands of years ago without any modern technology. Then there's tarot, a rich system of symbols. I often joke that tarot is like the universe's picture dictionary. Each card is a symbol, tells a story, and especially activates the reader's intuition. What about numerology? It's a mathematical system of energy. Pythagoras, the great mathematician, said, everything is number. Each number carries its own vibration, just like each musical note has its own frequency. And the East, our Asian ancestor, went even bigger with the 5 arts, a surprisingly comprehensive toolkit for destiny analysis. Sounds complicated? Don't worry, I'll explain it in the most fun and simple way. Mountain, Feng Shui. Ever notice how you work better in a beautiful space? That's what Feng Shui is about. It's like interior design, just a bit more scientific. Medicine, traditional medicine. This isn't just about taking pills when you're sick. Ancient wisdom suggests everyone has their own health blueprint. Understanding it helps us live healthier and happier lives. Divination, I Ching. Imagine life as a piece of music with its highs and lows. The I Ching is like a conductor, helping us get life's melody. Destiny, fate reading. Here's the fun part. Think of your birth time as your cosmic IP address. It tells us which universal energy were online when you arrived. Physiognomy, face reading. Every face is like an open book, but don't worry. Not everyone with a high note become president, and not everyone with long ears become a millionaire. Among all the tools, the 8 characters BaZi from Destiny study might be the most fascinating and unique. Get this. If DNA is the biological blueprint of your body, then BaZi is like your cosmic DNA. Here's a fun way to think about it. When you're born, the universe is like a massive panoramic photo with planets and cosmic energy in unique position. BaZi captures that exact snapshot through 4 pairs of information: your birth year, month, day, and hour. I often tell my students, your birth year is like the season of the cosmic TV show you appeared in. Your birth month is the episode, your birthday is the scene, and your birth hour, that's the exact moment you step onto the universal stage. What's really cool? Just like no 2 people have identical DNA, no 2 BaZi charts are exactly the same. Even identical twins born minutes apart can have different charts. That's why everyone's life journey is so unique. And this leads us to some fascinating common thread between all these prediction methods. You know what's really interesting? Whether it's Western astrology or Eastern BaZi, all these methods share some amazing commonalities. First, they're all based on observing natural laws. It's similar to how modern scientists study biorhythms today. Ancient people recognized that everything in the universe moves according to specific patterns. I often joke that our ancestors were the first data scientists. They were collecting and analyzing the universe's big data. The second common thread is cyclical patterns. Whether it's the 12 zodiac signs of the West or the 12 animal signs of the East, they're all about cycles. Life is like a grand symphony. It has its low notes and high notes, fast movements and slow movements. Understanding this music helps us dance in rhythm with life. But most importantly, all methods acknowledge one crucial thing. Humans aren't passive victims of fate. As one said put it, the stars may guide, but they don't decide. We are like dancers on the cosmic stage. The music might be predetermined, but how we dance to it is entirely up to us. Application in the modern era. So how can we apply this ancient wisdom in modern life? I have a simple formula I call the 4 A's. Awareness. Don't be blindly superstitious, but don't completely dismiss it either. Be like a scientist. Observe, analyze, and learn from what you find. Advice. Use prediction method as a reference tool, not absolute commands. It's like using GPS. It suggests routes, but the final decision is still yours. Action. Transform predictive insight into motivation for growth. I often joke, if you know a challenging year is coming, that's your chance to prove you're not someone who gives up easily. Adaptation. Blend ancient wisdom with modern thinking. For example, when you know a favorable period is approaching, don't just wait passively. Prepare your skill and knowledge to seize the opportunity. You know what's amazing? The greatest value in studying destiny isn't the ability to predict the future, it's gaining a deeper understanding of our soul and life's patterns. As the ancients said, know heaven's will, but I always add, to live smarter, not to live in fear or resignation. We've just completed a fascinating journey exploring destiny and how to predict it. Let me end with a little story. Someone once asked a master, "Master, if I could know the future, what should I do?" The master replied, "Live well in the present, for that's the best way to create your future." And dear friends, that's the real secret of destiny prediction. It's not about knowing the future, but about living better in the present. And please stay tuned for our next topic, Mastering Destiny, from understanding to transformation. In our upcoming content, we'll explore how to read and understand your own destiny map, tools and methods to transform your destiny using ancient Eastern sciences, time-tested secrets for improving your faith, proven over thousands of years, and especially how to turn challenges into opportunities for growth. See you in Mastering Destiny, where we'll learn not just to read life's script, but to become the director of our own story. This is Kai, wishing you a wonderful day.